Homes vandalised, children abused and families shattered. At its worst, the fringes of Australia's cities can give a terrible start to life. Children in disadvantaged areas are at greater risk of falling into a vicious cycle of unemployment, discrimination, poor housing, crime and family breakdown. It's where child protection is most tested, but it's also where families are beating the odds. The ABC News online investigations team has spent time in Western Sydney talking with a community reeling from the recent disappearance of a 6-year-old girl. Karen Barlow, Eleanor Bell and Ed Giles prepared this special multimedia report.
Out here, we're out west, like Manly County. That's us, you know. I've even got it on my jacket.
An hour out of the Sydney CBD, Mount Druitt locals want to know whether it's 1,000 miles from care.
The violence and just everything, the drinking and...
Yeah, it makes you feel uncomfortable.
Mount Druitt is one of the most disadvantaged areas in Australia, and its children are at a high risk of neglect, abuse and social exclusion. The Housing Commission houses here, once a domain of working-class retirees, are now primarily the home of families under severe stress.
Look at the rocks in that, isn't it? Another house destroyed. There's someone living in it. And this house was in that condition. I know the girl that lived in here.
And there's a mystery consuming the neighbourhood. On the 1st of August, 6-year-old Kaisha Abrahams was reported missing. The little girl is still to be found. Her plight has stirred locals. Some fear she fell through the cracks in the child protection system.
It was really around the corner, and having to see that on the news from where I am now and seeing that, it's just like I was a little girl that lived around there. It's just like she's missing and I was there. It's just that scary feeling of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mount Druitt people don't want to be singled out.
A place isn't bad. Bad people move into a place, or bad experiences come out of a place. There is good and bad in all areas. There's missing people in Mount Druitt. There's missing people in every suburb. Like, it's not a place where you have to be scared. It's a place where you make yourself scared.
People who work in the welfare system know that it lets children down. A mother herself, Caroline Edwards, is a private care worker for the New South Wales Department of Community Services, or DOCS.
I work with another boy that's come from sexual abuse. He was like lived with an auntie. He through DOCS was put in auntie's care, and auntie and uncle just treated him like a dog. Put him in a dog box.
That's a kennel, not a small room.
Bought him... he was just brought up like a dog, treated like a dog, sexually abused. Because this auntie had kids of her own, and he was the odd one out, so he got treated bad. It's bad.
Those experiences emerged 4 months ago. From that horror, there are now signs of hope.
You can see progress. You can see that he will come out on top. But if we don't nip it in the bud now at 14, by the time he's 16, 17, 18 maybe, there's no catching up with him. This boy will end up in either killing somebody. These are the things when you work with these sort of kids, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but these are the sort of things you can see in the kids that have this sort of problem.
Even if the parents struggle, many in the community look after their own. This is a school of the missing girl, Kaisha Abrahams.
Morning, boys.
The teachers pay for and run a breakfast club, which often provides lunch as well. They're trying to make a difference in their own community.
Some days we have to, some days more.
On average, probably.
Yeah, some days we run out and we have to say, it's all gone.
Susan Wiebeck is not just the toast lady, she's a support teacher for emotionally disturbed children.
Some kids just want to cuddle because they lack that, and sadly with child protection you're not allowed to do that, and sometimes that really fixes children.
She wants them to be accepted by society when they leave school.
If they can start it off and they couldn't read, and then they can read you a book, it just tugs at your hearts. It's just, that's what we're here for. And it's for these kids, and we love them. It's all right. Really cute. They are, they're beautiful.
Music therapy is also something special for the children. Many have never picked up an instrument before. Community workers see heartbreaking cases where welfare goes on everything but the children. Caroline Edwards supports any plan to extend the welfare measure of the Northern Territory intervention and quarantine payments.
Basis card where the necessities are paid, the rent, the gas, the power, the children's clothing, the schooling, the food. This is what the money's for. It's not for other things for the parents to enjoy. It's for the child. So if they structured that in that way, that probably would work.
Both sides of politics are wary of tougher welfare proposals.
Questions of how to put back together people whose family and upbringing was really, really difficult, and how to give them the skills of personal responsibility, and you say simple things like personal budgeting and household budgeting. They're tricky questions. In the past, they're things that neither, as it were, the ideological left or the ideological right have dealt with well. The ideological left fears becoming patronising and going back to Victorian values if they go too far into the space of personal responsibility, and the right fears it's the nanny state.
Sometimes it's difficult to make ends meet, but protecting children is a priority of most of the residents.
We're proud of this area. Like I said, what annoys me is they put shit on Mount Druitt. They keep changing the names. It's still the same place.
And that ABC News online feature, Beating the Odds, can be found at abc.net.au/news.